Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Max.
And I'm Mia. It's great to have you here with us today.
We're really excited about today's conversation. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you've been following along since the beginning, thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely. Your support means the world to us. And if you're enjoying what we do, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps us out.
Oh, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Just click that subscribe button so you never miss an episode.
Right. We've got some fascinating stuff lined up for you guys. So let's jump right in.
Let's do it!
All right. So today we're diving into everyday conversations. But here's the twist. You're also going to learn some really useful grammar along the way.
Exactly. And trust me, this is one of those topics that'll make you sound way more natural when speaking English. We're talking about how to describe your childhood and past habits.
Oh, I love this topic. Because honestly, who doesn't enjoy reminiscing about the good old days, right?
For sure. But here's where it gets interesting. In English, we have two main structures for talking about past habits: used to and would. And a lot of learners get confused about when to use each one.
Yeah, and if you stick around, by the end of this segment, you'll know exactly how to use both of them like a native speaker. Plus, you'll hear a super natural conversation that'll show you how they work in real life.
So let's break it down quickly before we listen to our dialogue. First up, used to. We use this for habits or states that were true in the past but aren't true anymore.
Right. For example, I used to play the piano every day. Or, we used to live in a small town. The key thing is, these things don't happen now. They're finished.
Exactly. And here's a bonus. You can use used to for both actions and states. So you can say, I used to be afraid of dogs, or I used to go swimming every weekend.
Now, would is a bit different. We use it specifically for repeated actions in the past. Things you did again and again. But, and this is important, we don't use it for states.
That's the big difference. You can say, every summer we would visit my grandparents, but you can't say, I would be shy as a child. That doesn't work. For states, you need used to.
Perfect explanation. And honestly, the best way to get this is to hear it in action. So we've got a conversation between two friends, Tyler and Nina, who are catching up and talking about their childhood memories.
Listen carefully to how they use used to and would naturally. Ready?
Let's listen.
Hey, Nina. It's been ages. How have you been?
Tyler! Oh my gosh, I'm doing great. Wow, it really has been a while, hasn't it? I think the last time we saw each other was at Sarah's wedding.
Yeah, that was, 3 years ago? Time flies. So, I was actually driving through our old neighborhood yesterday, and it brought back so many memories.
Oh, I bet. I drove past there a few months ago, too. It looks so different now. Remember how we used to ride our bikes everywhere? We'd spend entire afternoons just exploring.
Absolutely. We used to be out from morning until sunset. My parents would barely see me during summer vacation. We'd ride to the park, to the corner store, sometimes all the way to the lake.
Those were the days. And do you remember Mr. Peterson's house? He used to have that huge garden, and we'd always stop to look at it.
Oh, yeah. He would come out and show us his tomatoes and vegetables. He was so proud of that garden. Every single time we passed by, he would give us gardening tips, like we were actually going to use them.
That's right. He would say things like, "You kids should grow your own food. It's the best way." I never told him, but I killed every plant I ever tried to grow.
Same here. But he was such a sweet guy. I wonder if he still lives there.
I'm not sure. You know what else I remember? Those summer evenings when all the families would come outside. We used to play capture the flag until it got dark.
Yes. Oh man, those games were intense. We would play for hours and everyone in the neighborhood would join in. Even some of the adults would participate sometimes.
Your older brother used to be so competitive. He would come up with all these elaborate strategies.
That's Dave for you. He used to take everything way too seriously. But honestly, it made the games more fun. Do you remember Jenny from across the street?
Of course. She used to be so quiet and shy. It's funny because I saw her on social media recently, and now she's a public speaker. Can you believe that?
No way. That's amazing. She really used to keep to herself back then. I guess people change a lot, don't they?
They really do. Speaking of change, the old ice cream shop we used to go to, is that still around?
Actually, no. It closed down about 5 years ago, which is so sad. We would go there every Friday after school, remember? It was like a ritual.
Oh, that's too bad. I loved that place. Mrs. Chen, the owner, would always give us extra sprinkles. She was the kindest woman.
She really was. She would remember everyone's favorite flavors, too. Mine was mint chocolate chip, and she'd always say, "The usual, Tyler," before I even ordered.
That's so sweet. Mine was strawberry, and she would do the same thing. You know, I used to think that place would be there forever.
Me too. It's weird how things change, isn't it? But at least we have the memories.
Definitely. Oh, do you remember wintertime? We would build snow forts in your backyard and have these epic snowball fights.
How could I forget? We would spend hours constructing those forts, making them as tall as possible. And then we'd stock up on snowballs like we were preparing for battle.
And your mom would bring us hot chocolate afterward. She would make it from scratch with real chocolate, not the powdered mix.
She still does that, actually. Some things never change. She would add cinnamon and a bit of vanilla. It was the best.
That sounds delicious. Your family home used to be like the neighborhood hangout spot. Everyone would gather there.
Yeah, my parents loved having everyone over. They would host barbecues in the summer, and the whole street would show up. Those were such good times.
They really were. I miss how simple everything used to be back then. No smartphones, no social media. We would just be present, you know?
Exactly. We would actually talk to each other face to face and play outside. Kids today don't know what they're missing.
Well, at least we got to experience it. We're lucky in that way.
We really are. Hey, we should get together more often and not wait another 3 years.
I'd love that. Let's make it happen.
Wow, that was such a nice trip down memory lane. Tyler and Nina really captured that nostalgic feeling, didn't they?
They absolutely did. And did you catch all those examples of used to and would? They were using them so naturally throughout the conversation.
Exactly. Like when Nina said, "We used to ride our bikes everywhere." That's a habit that doesn't happen anymore. And then Tyler mentioned how Mr. Peterson would come out and show us his tomatoes. That repeated action in the past.
Perfect examples. And I loved how they talked about how people and places change over time. It's something we can all relate to.
For sure. Now, speaking of things we can all relate to, let's move on to our next conversation. This one's a bit different.
Oh, yes. This time we're listening to a customer service call. And before you think boring, trust me, this is super useful.
Definitely. Because in this conversation, you're going to hear tons of connectors, Those linking words that make your English sound more sophisticated and fluent.
Right. Words like even though, nevertheless, moreover, due to, consequently, all those connectors that show contrast, addition, cause and effect.
And here's why this matters. If you want to sound more advanced in English, especially at a B2 level, you need to use these connectors naturally. They make your speech flow better and show the relationship between your ideas.
Exactly. So in this conversation, we have Marcus, a customer service operator, and Lauren, a customer who's having an issue with her order. Listen to how they use connectors to explain situations, show contrast, and work through the problem.
All right, let's listen to Marcus and Lauren.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Tech Hub Solutions. My name is Marcus. How may I assist you today?
Hi, Marcus. My name is Lauren Mitchell. I'm calling because I ordered a laptop 3 weeks ago, and even though I paid for express shipping, it still hasn't arrived.
I'm really sorry to hear that, Lauren. I completely understand your frustration. Let me pull up your account right away. Could you please provide me with your order number?
Sure, it's TH459287.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, I've got your order here. I can see that you placed it on November 18th, and you're absolutely right. You did pay for express shipping, which should have arrived within 5 business days. Nevertheless, I'm showing that the package is still in transit.
That's exactly the problem. Moreover, I needed this laptop for a presentation I have next week. Due to this delay, I've had to borrow a colleague's computer, which has been really inconvenient.
I can imagine how stressful that must be, especially with an important presentation coming up. Let me investigate this further for you. According to our system, the package left our warehouse on time. However, it appears there was a delay at the sorting facility due to unexpected weather conditions in the Midwest.
I understand that weather can cause issues. Nevertheless, I wasn't notified about any delay. I've been checking my email constantly, and I haven't received a single update.
You're absolutely right, and I sincerely apologize for that. We should have sent you a notification. In fact, our policy requires us to inform customers of any significant delays. Consequently, I'm going to look into why that communication didn't reach you.
I appreciate that. Furthermore, I'm concerned because the tracking information hasn't been updated in over a week. The last update shows it was in Chicago, and that's it.
I see what you mean. That is concerning. Let me contact our shipping partner directly while you're on the line. Even though it might take a few minutes, I want to get you accurate information rather than just guessing.
Okay, I can wait. Thank you for taking the time to do that.
Of course. Please bear with me for just a moment. All right, Lauren, I've just spoken with our shipping partner. So here's what happened. The package was indeed delayed in Chicago due to severe storms. Moreover, there was a secondary issue. The package was accidentally sent to the wrong distribution center, which caused an additional delay.
Oh no, so where is it now?
It's currently at the correct facility in Columbus, and it's scheduled for delivery tomorrow by end of day. Nevertheless, I know this doesn't make up for the inconvenience you've experienced. Therefore, I'd like to offer you a full refund on the shipping cost.
Well, that's something, at least. However, my main concern is whether it'll actually arrive tomorrow. I really need it by Friday.
I completely understand your concern. In addition to refunding your shipping, I'm going to flag your delivery as priority. Consequently, you'll receive a phone call from the delivery driver before they arrive, so you can make sure someone's there to receive it.
That would be helpful, but what happens if it doesn't arrive tomorrow? I mean, given everything that's already gone wrong, I'm a bit skeptical.
That's totally understandable. Although we're confident it will arrive tomorrow, I want to give you a backup plan. If for any reason it doesn't arrive by end of day tomorrow, I'll personally authorize an emergency shipment of the same laptop model from our nearest store to your location. Furthermore, we'll upgrade it to same-day delivery at no charge.
Really? That would actually give me some peace of mind.
Absolutely. Moreover, I'm going to give you my direct extension, so you don't have to go through the main line again. If anything comes up, you can reach me directly. In addition, I'll send you an email within the next hour summarizing everything we've discussed and including the tracking information with the priority status.
Okay, that sounds much better. I appreciate you taking this seriously. Even though I'm frustrated with the situation, you've been really helpful.
Thank you for saying that, Lauren. I know this has been a frustrating experience. However, I want to make sure we turn this around for you. Due to all these issues, I'm also adding a 15% discount code to your account that you can use on your next purchase.
Oh, that's generous. Thank you. So, just to confirm, the laptop should arrive tomorrow. You'll refund the shipping cost. And if it doesn't arrive, you'll send a replacement with same-day delivery.
Exactly right. Furthermore, you'll have my direct number and a confirmation email. Consequently, you'll have multiple ways to reach me if you need anything else.
All right. I feel much better about this now. Despite the initial problems, I appreciate how thoroughly you've handled this.
I'm glad I could help. Is there anything else I can assist you with today?
No, I think that covers everything. Thanks again, Marcus.
You're very welcome, Lauren. We truly apologize for the inconvenience. Nevertheless, we're committed to making this right. Have a great rest of your day and good luck with your presentation.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay. That was a masterclass in customer service. Marcus really knew how to handle that situation professionally.
Absolutely. And did you notice all those connectors? Nevertheless, moreover, consequently, they made the conversation flow so smoothly and helped connect all the ideas.
Exactly. Those linking words are what separate intermediate speakers from advanced ones. They show clear relationships between thoughts and make everything sound more polished.
For sure. Now, let's move on to our final conversation of the day. And this one is really exciting because it's super practical.
Oh, yes. So here's a question for you, our listeners. Imagine you're talking to a foreigner, someone who's visiting your country or your city for the first time. Could you describe your city well? Could you tell them about the beautiful places to visit, the best restaurants, the typical food, the local attractions?
Right. Because this is something that happens all the time in real life. You meet someone from another country and they ask, "So, what's your city like? What should I do there? Where should I eat?"
And if you can't describe your hometown confidently in English, you're missing out on some great conversations. Plus, this scenario is perfect for practicing something really important grammatically.
Exactly. We're talking about relative clauses. Those are the structures we use with words like who, which, that, and where to give more information about people, places, and things.
Right. For example, that's the restaurant where I had my first date. Or, this is the park which has the best views in the city. Or, she's the chef who makes the most amazing pasta.
Exactly. We're talking about relative clauses. Those are the structures we use with words like who, which, that, and where to give more information about people, places, and things.
Listen carefully to how they use relative clauses naturally as they describe places, people, food, and experiences. Ready?
Let's listen.
So, Jasmine, you're from Portland, right? I've never been there. What's it like?
Yeah, Portland, Oregon. Oh man, it's such a cool city. It's a place that has something for everyone, honestly. What about you? Where are you originally from?
I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. It's a coastal city that's known for its history and southern charm. But tell me more about Portland first.
Okay, so Portland is a city which is famous for its coffee culture and food scene. We have these amazing food carts that serve cuisine from all over the world. There's this one cart that makes Vietnamese banh mi sandwiches, and it's literally the best thing I've ever tasted.
That sounds incredible. Is it the kind of city where you need a car, or can you walk around?
That's the great thing about it. Portland is very walkable, and we have an excellent public transportation system, which includes buses, light rail, and even a streetcar. Plus, it's a city where biking is huge. You'll see people who commute to work on bikes everywhere.
That's so different from Charleston. We definitely need cars there. But we have this historic downtown area where you can walk around and see all these beautiful old buildings that date back to the 1700s.
Wow, that's amazing. What kind of things are there to do?
Well, there's the Battery, which is this scenic waterfront promenade where people go to walk and enjoy the views of the harbor, and Rainbow Row, which is a series of colorful historic houses that everyone wants to take pictures of. The architecture is just stunning.
I love historic places. Are there good restaurants there too?
Oh, absolutely. Charleston is a city that takes its food very seriously. We're known for low country cuisine, which is a style of cooking that combines African, French, and Southern influences. There's this restaurant called Hank's Seafood that serves the most amazing she crab soup.
She crab soup? I've never heard of that.
It's a creamy soup which is made with blue crab meat and crab roe. It's a local delicacy that you absolutely have to try if you visit. What about Portland? What's the food like besides those food carts you mentioned?
Oh, we're obsessed with farm-to-table dining. There are so many restaurants that use locally sourced ingredients. And breakfast, Portland has this brunch culture where people wait in line for hours at places that serve creative brunch dishes. There's a restaurant called Screen Door, which makes Southern-style breakfast, ironically enough.
Huh, that's funny. So what would you recommend for someone who's visiting Portland for the first time?
Definitely Powell's City of Books, which is an independent bookstore that occupies an entire city block. It's a place where you can get lost for hours. And then there's the Japanese Garden, which is considered one of the most authentic Japanese gardens outside of Japan. The peace and tranquility you feel there is just unmatched.
That sounds beautiful. Do you have any outdoor activities?
Tons. We're really close to Mount Hood, which is a mountain where you can ski in the winter and hike in the summer. And Forest Park is this massive urban forest that has over 80 miles of trails. It's one of the largest urban forests in the United States.
That's incredible. Charleston is more about beaches and water activities. We have Foley Beach, which is a laid-back beach town that's only about 20 minutes from downtown. It's where locals go to surf and relax.
Oh, I love beach towns. What's the vibe like there?
Super chill. There are these beach bars where you can sit and watch the sunset while eating fresh oysters. And if you're into wildlife, there's the whole coastal ecosystem that you can explore. We have dolphins that you can see from the beach pretty regularly.
Dolphins, that's so cool. We don't have beaches in Portland, but we do have the Columbia River Gorge, which is this stunning area where you can see waterfalls everywhere. Multnomah Falls is the one that everyone goes to see. It's over 600 feet tall.
I've seen pictures of that. It looks absolutely spectacular.
What about the people? What's the culture like in Portland?
Portland is a city that has a very creative and quirky culture. There's the slogan, "Keep Portland Weird," which pretty much sums it up. You'll see people who express themselves in really unique ways, lots of street art, independent businesses, and a strong focus on sustainability.
That sounds really fun and progressive. Charleston is more traditional, but in a charming way. The people there are incredibly friendly, true Southern hospitality. There are these traditions that have been passed down for generations, like sweetgrass basket weaving, which is an art form that comes from the Gullah culture.
I love that there's so much history and cultural heritage there. Do you miss it?
I do sometimes, especially the food and the warm weather. But I also love experiencing new places. What about you? Do you miss Portland?
All the time, especially the coffee shops where I used to study and the sense of community. There's this farmers market that happens every Saturday where you can get fresh produce, artisan goods, and just hang out with neighbors. That's something I really miss.
That sounds wonderful. You know, talking about our hometowns makes me want to visit Portland.
And I definitely need to get to Charleston. We should plan trips.
Absolutely. And when you come to Charleston, I'll take you to all the places that I just told you about.
Deal. And I'll do the same for you in Portland. There's a coffee roastery that makes the best espresso you'll ever have. I'll take you there first thing.
Perfect. I can't wait.
I love how Ethan and Jasmine made their cities come alive with those descriptions. You could really picture both Charleston and Portland.
Right? And all those relative clauses. The restaurant which makes, the place where you can, people who commute. They made everything so much more detailed and interesting.
Exactly. That's the power of using these structures naturally. Your descriptions become richer and you sound way more fluent.
So there you have it, everyone. 3 real-world conversations packed with practical grammar that you can start using right away.
We covered past habits with used to and would, connectors that link your ideas smoothly, and relative clauses to describe people and places. That's a lot of valuable stuff in one episode.
And here's the thing. Don't feel like you need to master everything at once. Pick one structure that resonated with you today and start practicing it in your daily conversations.
Exactly. Maybe start describing your hometown to a friend, or talk about your childhood memories, or even practice explaining a problem using those connectors. Small steps lead to big progress.
We really hope you found this episode useful. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps us reach more English learners like you.
And drop a comment below. Tell us which conversation was your favorite, or share something interesting about your own city. We actually read all your comments, and we love hearing from you.
Oh, and if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. We release new episodes regularly with more practical English conversations and grammar tips.
All right, that's all for today's episode. Thanks so much for hanging out with us.
We'll catch you in the next one. Until then, practice what you've learned and have fun with your English.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.